Welcome back to another day of training for the Atlanta Regionals. Let's get out there and just have a champion time. Ziggy. Why do I feel like I've played Ziggy before? Don't know. So, well, that's an interesting looking team over there. Willing to bet you that that's a Water Shifu. Just because, I mean, they have the Pelipper. Makes sense. Granted, the defensive, or just having the water, is very beneficial for a couple of their Pokemon. Really helps with overall survivability if you're facing a heavy fire team, which is neat. Anyway, all that being said, I am not running a heavy fire team, so yeah, don't really care. What do I want to do with this, I wonder? Well, they have a Mungus. You know what? This is a great time to try out our bear. Our good bear friend. I like bear friend. Alright, let's go. So we're going to lead with the Weezing and our Ursaluna into them. And then follow it with Ogerpon and Cali Shadow for the cleanup. And we'll just have to see how this goes. Alright. Should be a fun time, though. Okay, but yeah, Atlanta Regionals is getting close. Like, actually really close. It's just this weekend. So, we're getting to that point where I am going to have to lock in this team. Oh, getting excited. Getting nervous. But yeah, it'll be fun. Alright, Ziggy, let's go. So... Belkipan and Shifors. Oh, hey, that's a shiny Pelipper. It's not saying that it has to be Patrick's Pelipper, but there's a very decent chance that it's Patrick's Pelipper. Okay. Shifors. What is good old Shifors gonna do here? Love the neutralizing gas in this circumstance. I very much wish for a Will-O-Wisp into that Shifors. We're gonna go for the water terrestrialization. Big ol' surprise, I know. Who would have thought a water terrestrialization? Yeah, I don't really feel like getting blown up by surging strikes. And yeah, just Drain Punch, see if we can get some of the health that we're probably gonna lose back. So, yeah, it does mean that I'm losing my ground typing, which might matter if they brought Raging Bolt. Not seeing Raging Bolt in the lead, though, I'm not actually sure if it is going to matter. Also will only matter if the Raging Bolt gets the opportunity to attack my bear. So, yeah, we'll just have to see what they have, because right now it's not really evident what they might be carrying in the back. But here comes the terrestrialization. And, boop, lovely little water hat. He's beautiful. I, too, have a water bear. Aha, your surging strikes do not frighten me. Boink. And boink. Yep. Normal Ursaluna is really, really bulky if you can get it set up in the right typing situation, and that's kind of the goal of this particular one. Weezing dodges. Love the spot dodge. Good job, Weezing. Oh, nails the Will-O-Wisp. Alright. That's enough of that, Mr. Water Shifu. Mr. Shifors. Bop. That was not hugely meaningful damage, but, you know, I appreciate that chip and that little bit of health back. I mean, that particular attack is meant to be used into... It's meant to be used into things that, you know, actually give me a super effective hit. So, do I just want to Drain Punch again, or do I want to try and be spicy and predict something? Not really. I think we just go for another Drain Punch. I mean, they might try switching it out, though realistically, now that the Urshifu is burned... Oh, Becky-Pan. No Becky-Pan. Ire Fudre. I bet you that's Raging Bolt. What a surprise! It's another Surging Strikes. Oof, that's doing next to nothing at this point. Yeah, so that is kind of what I was anticipating, was that there was a very decent chance that they were just going to leave the Urshifu here. Yep, so Poison Gas, of course, fails on a Pokemon that already has a status condition on it. So we've got Poison, Drain Punch, just keeps, just keep refilling the health that the Urshifu keeps damaging. It's not like it's doing a ton. This does tell us, though, what their final Pokemon almost certainly is, which is Cali Ice Rider. Okay, Urshifu is not super healthy at this point. I don't really just want my bear to go away. I'd really rather that it stuck around for a while, so we're going to actually Sludge Bomb here and rotate Ogerpon in, because Ogerpon can very, very easily take whatever that Urshifu is dishing out after the burn, and handles the electric moves coming out of that. The electric moves that'll be coming out of that Raging Bolt much better. Plus, ultimately, we're just doing a little bit more of the... Oh, Ziggy is preserving the... Oh, it's Becky-Pon! Yep, so Ziggy's preserving the Urshifu for another turn or two. And I sort of see the thought process with it. I will be totally honest, it's... Once Urshifu gets a burn, it significantly takes its offensive capabilities down a notch. Or 3 or 4 or 5. So... Yeah, at this point, we're really just looking to whittle away at that. Whittle away at that guy. We're just gonna Spiky Shield. My Ogerpon doesn't need to lose any health here. That's entirely fine. I do want to poison the... I do want to get some poison on the Pelipper. There we go. Just because it is probably carrying the Focus Sash. Well, it's not necessarily carrying the Focus Sash. It's either a Focus Sash or a Covert Cloak. Okay. Irefudre is leaving. Urshifu's back. Ogerpon's just gonna Spiky Shield, because why not? They're just protected. Okay, I'm not really sure what exactly they're fishing for here. I have a Sludge Bomb friend. Yep, so there's Urshifu. Urshifu's gone, so there's no more rotation there. Okay, are you going to show me the Calyrex Ice Riders? There's the Calyrex. I like to see the Calyrex. Okay. And at this point, I think that the goal is we're going to Will-O-Wisp here, and we're actually going to Ivy Cudgel, because if the Calyrex has a Terra Fire to avoid it getting hit by the Will-O-Wisp, then we get to punish that with a with an Ivy Cudgel, Water-type Ivy Cudgel, for super effective damage. And sure, they get to avoid the Will-O-Wisp, but if we take 50% of their health, then at that point it's like, well, okay. I think I still come out on top. On the flip side, if they go for a different Terra or some sort of defensive Terra and we get the Will-O-Wisp, then okay, we neutralized a significant amount of the offensive pressure provided by that Pokemon. So, you know, it's trade-offs. There's a lot of trade-offs that do go into the game, and it's learning to identify the trade-offs and then pick the one that is going to best suit your win condition. And in this case, our win condition is either neutralizing damage or just getting enough damage out there. Oh, like Terra Grass? Yeah, I'm not super concerned about Terra Grass. Partly because if Weezing survives long enough, those Sludge Bombs are going to start doing significant amounts of damage. And I mean, hey, every little bit of chip matters. Oh, the Becky-Pon has so far whiffed 2 Hurricanes into Weezing. Weezing is out here dodging the hurricanes, this crazy weather, and just burning their offensive threats. I mean, that still does really respectable damage despite the burn. But at this point we are in very good shape. It's time for Weezing to start doing Weezing things, which is going to mean a Sludge Bomb here and a Horn Leech here. And then, now they might manage to actually remove Weezing from the field by doubling into it, and if the, you know, the Pelipper, that's the name. I was trying to remember the name for it and kept coming up with Becky-Pon because I've used that name a couple of times now because that's, you know, the language of that particular Pokemon. Anyway, yep, Horn Leech, that very respectable damage. Not gonna say no. Get a little bit of health back. They finally hit the Hurricane. Oh, that did really good damage. And it got the Confusion. Weezing, I believe. You can make it through this confusion, Weezing. At least I hope you can. If you can't, I'll just be kind of sad. Yeah, go Weezing. Oh, that was very good damage. Glacial Lance. Okay, that's going to pick up a KO into our friend Weezing, which is sad, but, you know, that was expected at this point in the game. Which means that it's time for Calyrex, my own Calyrex, to hit the field. And my opponent is most likely looking at this going, alright, this isn't a terrible situation. Like, this isn't a great situation, but this isn't a terrible situation. I have Wide Guard. You do have Wide Guard. That's arguably the single biggest niche. I mean, the Rain's nice, but the Wide Guard is probably the biggest niche reason for that guy, whatever it is, the Flap over there, to stick around. So, we're going to do that, and you know, I really want to get rid of that Calyrex. Yeah, we need to make sure that they don't get a Trick Room up. Like, bar none. That is extraordinarily important at this point in the game. We should see whether or not they have Wide Guard this turn. Because if they're going to use it, this is the turn to use it. Which is why, you know, Psychic to capitalize on the expected Wide Guard. There it is. Alright. Beautiful job, Pelipper. You did not disappoint. Have a Psychic. Opposing Calyrex. There's the knockout. Very good. Alright. So that puts us in, of course, a very strong position. We are at +1 now with the Calyrex. Ogerpon might have enough damage in this resisted Ivy Cudgel, courtesy of the Rain. Nope, did not have enough damage to finish off the Becky-Pon, which is totally cool. But at this point, Calyrex very much has... Calyrex has the game. Like, maybe not... It's not guaranteed, of course, but the odds are extremely high that Calyrex is going to carry this one home. Yeah. Actually, we're just going to do that number, rather than doing the Follow Me, because I have the Focus Sash. So... in case they go for a Wide Guard, that's why we're picking the single target attacks, going for... Yep, so going for the doubling of attack meant that even if they get a KO, we should still be KOing one of them. Boop. Case in point. Or, in the event that they did not get a KO, we will instead claim both KOs and call it a game. Alright, well, fantastic game to my opponent. Thank you very much, as always, and thank you for watching today's video. Yeah, getting close to Atlanta Regionals, getting very excited, and yeah, thanks for watching. Get out there and have a champion time. Hope to see you next time.